This video will serve as a guide for updating your SortIT software to the latest version, which features the BBS Sort and Save integration. In this video, I will cover how to download and install Sort and Save through matchIT, entering in your Mailmark settings, running through a Royal Mail Mailmark job, and uploading it via the new eManifest controller. Please note that any information in this video relating to Mailmark and eManifest will only be applicable to you if you are licensed for Mailmark. First, you need to open matchIT version 6. It is always recommended that you run the program as an administrator or a user with elevated privileges, as the account that you are currently logged in as may not have sufficient permissions to install software. As matchIT will be installing Sort and Save, lacking these permissions could cause some potential issues later on. Once matchIT is open, navigate to the Mailsort menu at the top of the window, then click on System Options. From this menu, you can either choose to map an existing Sort and Save install that you have downloaded previously through the matchIT software, or download and install Sort and Save from the internet. Please note that if you already have a Sort and Save install that you did not download through the matchIT software, that you will need to take a backup of the Sort and Save folder, located by default on the C drive/Sort and Save, to avoid losing any account details that could be transferred over. Once you have done this, you can then install using the download link provided. matchIT will then begin to download the Sort and Save installer. Once downloaded, matchIT will then prompt you to install the software to its default location, which is C/Sort and Save. Once installed, you should see the Sort and Save directory listed in the window. There are some settings that you must enter prior to running a Mailsort job, one of these being your Royal Mail account details. To enter in these details, you need to click Configure System Options and then navigate to the OBA account section under the Royal Mail tab. From this menu, you can create multiple online business accounts with the details provided to you by Royal Mail. Once you have filled in your details, you can now move on to entering in your Mailmark account information. In order to enter in your Mailmark details, you will need to navigate to the Mailmark section in the System Options. Here you can see that you can enter details for a production and for a test account with the information provided to you by Royal Mail. After entering your account details, you can quickly test that you can connect using the Check Settings button located at the top of the window. Above this, I can see that I am using the test settings to connect to the Royal Mail test server. To switch to using the production login details on the production server, I need to click on the Switch to Production Settings button located at the top right of the window. Once you have confirmed that you can connect, you should be able to see a list of supply chains returned in the SCID account section of the System Options. If you do not see any SCIDs, then you may need to hit the Refresh SCID List button at the bottom of this window. Once your supply chains have been returned, you are now ready to run through a Mailmark job. For this demonstration, I will be importing a test file into matchIT to run a mail sortation on. One of the main changes when importing a file using the single file wizard with regards to mail sortation is that you no longer have the need to create the Mailsort fields. In previous versions of matchIT, there would have been an option after you finished mapping your fields to create Mailsort field, based on whether you were doing a Royal Mail or a downstream access sortation. This is no longer necessary, as Mailsort fields are now generated during the sortation process. After your import is completed, you can either choose to run through the mail sortation as a part of the single file wizard by clicking on Mailsort, or alternatively choose to finish the wizard and navigate to the mail sortation menu and then on to sort data. Choosing either of these methods will open a new window in which you can edit the type of sortation that you wish to do. Initially, this menu will choose the Test Royal Mail Online Business Account details. If you wish to use another account, click on the Carrier Details tab on the left side of the screen and then click on the drop-down list of the Royal Mail account section. Here you will find the other OBA accounts that you have made previously. Once you have checked that you are using the correct account, you can then select the type of sortation that you wish to do in the Item Details tab. For this demo, I will be using an advertising mail, first class, Mailmark service for letters weighing 20 grams. By selecting the Mailmark format, more configuration options will appear specific for Mailmark jobs. It is here that you select your Mailmark variant and assign the job to one of your supply chains. For this job, I will be using a standard 2D variant and assigning it to a test supply chain. Now you have chosen the service that you want, you can edit the job parameters. From this menu, you can choose the title that will appear on your reports, enter a custom mailing reference, and change the collection date. It is important to note that Sort and Save will choose the most cost-efficient plan for the service that you select, as some specific jobs will be cheaper on other plans than Royal Mail's bulk mail. If you want to know how to force which plan it will use, please watch the part 2 of this series for more information. Once you have finished configuring your mail sortation, you can click Run Job in the bottom right of the window. When running a Mailmark job, you will get a pop-up window querying the item IDs that will be assigned to this Mailsort job. Being as this supply chain has yet to be used, I only have the option to allocate new IDs, whereas if there had been a job run already, I would have had the choice of either allocating new IDs or reusing the old ones. After you have chosen how you wish to handle the item IDs, Sort and Save will then begin to mail sort your file. Once the mail sort is complete, you can see all the relevant mail sort files generated in a temporary location, which include the line listing, mail sort summary and bag label files. To find out more information on which file is which, the Results tab will display an entire list of files that are generated and what data the file contains. For example, all the information from the previous mail sort summary reports can now be found in a file, labelled with the main file's name, suffixed with an underscore, then sum with a .prn extension. You can then click on the Summary tab to view more information on the job that ran and the results. You can also find these details in the Mailsort summary file that is produced. Once reviewed, you can either navigate to the Item Details tab and change some settings to rerun the job, or click on the back button to return to matchIT. Upon returning to matchIT, the information generated during the sortation will have been appended to your main file, and a sortation complete window will be displayed. This window provides an overall summary of the mail sort and the location of where the reports and mail sort files have been transferred to. By default, this will be in a subfolder labelled with your main file name and suffixed with _sortation_reports where your DBF file is located. There have been some minor changes made to the mail sort settings when using the Output and Output to File feature. You still have the option to include the mail sort fields in your file layout at the top of the window, however the names of the checkboxes have changed in the selection type area. Depending on the boxes that you select, will affect what records will go into the output file. For example, if you tick the Directs and Residues box, you will only have the records from our main file that have been marked as Directs and Residues during the sortation, and will exclude any foreign sorted records or any that have been marked for Royal Mail's standard tariff. Now that you have completed a Mailmark sortation, you can upload this job to Royal Mail. To do this, go to the Mail Sortation menu and then onto Mailmark Controller. This will open a window where you can manage all your Mailmark jobs. You can see at the bottom of this window which server you have connected to. The default view for this Manage Jobs tab is to show you all of today's Mailmark jobs. You can change this view by clicking on the drop down list and selecting another view available. Here I can see the job that I sorted earlier. By clicking on the job, I can choose to upload, remove or reschedule it for another date. After clicking the upload button, the manifest handler will start to upload the job to Royal Mail. Once it has been uploaded, the status of the job will change to completed upload. I can then submit the job to Royal Mail for them to acknowledge and then confirm when there will be no further changes. There are more options to configure and manipulate your Mailmark job available in this window, some of which will be covered in our next video, which will be going into more detail on some advanced settings that you can change in Sort and Save. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our support team at support@helpit.com or dial in using the phone number 01372 225 904 and we'll be happy to clear anything up for you.